I'm from Polish newspaper and I have a question. What do you know about Jedwabne?
About the what?
Jedwabne.
No comment.
Do you know anything about that?
Not much.
Not much. But you are here to protest, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
what?
no comment.
Oh, okay. And what about you guys? What
Yeah,
do
I'm
you?
going to protest.
Okay, why?
Why? Because it's not right what the Polish government is stopping young girls from talking about what happened.
And what happened?
That the Poles killed more Jews. They killed what we're talking about. What he said was.
But
He said the Poles killed more Jews than the Germans. But what we're talking about is that the underground Polish resistance killed more Jews than they killed Germans.
And how do you know that? When you read about this?
Look,
What Neighbors by Jan Gross.
Jan Gross.
And who is Jan Gross?
He's a professor at Princeton.
He's professor in Princeton, right? Okay. What do you know about World War II?
I know a few stuff.
Okay, when it end or begin?
Yeah, so 1941.
1941 it started, right? Okay. And what do you know about Jedwabne, when it happened?
What?
Jedwabne.
I'm sorry, what is that?
Do you know about pogrom in Jedwabne?
About pogroms, yes.
Okay, can you tell us something about this?
The many Polish people killed many Jews.
Okay, what does it mean, many?
More than a lot.
Okay, more than
It's very funny, right?
No,
Like,
I'm-
people that kill Jews?
I'm asking, what does it mean many? It's 10, 20, 50?
A number of people were killed.
Okay, but Poles, right?
What?
By Poles? But Polish people?
We're debating what Jan Gross said, so.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, and I have a question for you. What do you know about Jedwabne?
Why don't you ask the administrators?
We believe in free speech. What would you like to say today? You have very nice poster. We believe in free speech.
No. Okay. I got one that says free speech.
Why not talk to us?
Sure. Okay. Go ahead. What would you like to say? You have poster. We believe
So
in
we're
free.
here today because we're rallying around that the Polish government came and they're not letting the author who wrote a book called Neighbors talk about his facts regarding what he said, which was unquoted out of proportion, saying that.
What is the name of this author? What is the name of this author who are talking about? The name of the author?
His name was Yoni Gross,
Okay.
and he wrote Yoni Gross. He spoke that what the quote that he said that was taken out of proportion was that Polish killed more Jews than Germans. But what he was trying to say was that the Polish resilience group killed more Jews during their resilience than Germans, and that's what we're here for. The Polish government is putting him on trial. And that's not why we're here. We're saying that he's here for free speech, saying what he's saying the truth, saying the facts, that yes, the Polish underground resilience group did kill more Jews than Germans did.
During Second War? Like,
During World War II.
Oh, okay. And my question is, do you know maybe anything about Jan Karski? Who was Jan Karski? You don't know nothing. Oh, okay. Do you know anything about Irena Sendlerova?
Who?
Irena Sendlerova?
Who was that?
You don't know. Do you know anything about Ulma's family?
Oh, that's the one who saved the Jews.
So you're saying individuals that saved Jews in Poland, correct?
But do you think more Polish people killed Jewish than helped them?
That's not what we're here
Oh,
for.
okay.
That's not why we're here. We're here saying that yes, individuals might have saved Jews, but as a community as a whole, a lot of them did not. It's not like you're looking at...
What does it mean a lot? It's like 50, 100, 1,000. What does it mean a lot?
In what context?
You said that a lot of Polish people didn't help Jewish. What does it mean a lot?
Bring it down.
I'm trying to go.
Okay, so we're gonna go, and then maybe come and talk to the advisors or someone else.
Sure.
Talk to more
Okay.
students.
And what's your name, sir?
Yoni.
Okay, thank you.
So where did you get that information, sir? What is this?
Okay, history tells us.
What history? Who wrote that history?
Right, you are a Holocaust denier, okay?
I'm not a denier.
Okay.
My
If
family
you don't
was
mind,
in the
have
concentration
her go to the other side
camp
of the
also.
table. Okay. During the in 1941, at the time of Jedwabne, which this lady may be familiar with, maybe it's her parents that killed the people in Jedwabne. The people in Jedwabne, the Polish citizens, rounded up the Jewish citizens of Jedwabne and had them murdered into a barn and shot. Now, unfortunately, the Polish government seemed to deny this. They tried to put everything on the Germans, claiming that they were innocent victims just like they were, just like the Jews were. It's true, the Polish people were victims of the Shoah, no question about it. 500,000 Polish citizens died in concentration camps. 2.5 million Jews died in concentration camps. Actually, if you go to the town of Plaszow, where the many killings took place, there is a memorial for the Jews and for the Polish citizens. The memorial for the Jews is about this high. The memorial for the Polish citizens is almost the size of the building. So it's kind of strange that when they acknowledge the victims, they don't acknowledge the victims to the same extent that they've acknowledged these Polish victims. Based on eyewitnesses' account that Jan Gross wrote about in this book called Neighbors, that he was acclaimed for, international acclaim, for his work in this book called Neighbors. He talks eyewitness accounts that it was the Polish citizens that herded the Jews into the barn and set the barn on fire and killed people, burned them alive. He was awarded many awards for writing this book. Recently, John Gross wrote that he said that Polish citizens probably killed more Jews than they killed Germans during World War II. And he feels that that is an outrage that the Polish government has to come to grips with. The Polish government, instead of saying, wow, maybe this man has a point, right, is basically looking to put him in jail for 3 years for insulting the state of Poland. They're looking to strip him of his citizenship because of the fact that he's insulting the state. So that's really the purpose of the rally today, is to remind Poland all the concentration camps were in Poland, all the major concentration camps were in Poland, and basically your land is drenched in blood.
Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood. Your land is drenched in blood.
The question we have, and I saw firsthand when I went to visit my family's residence back in Poland, was it shocking to see that some of the Polish death camps were in close proximity to urban neighborhoods. So in Plaszow and the Krakow ghetto, there was about a block or two where we'd be standing, okay? And the question is, why did they let this happen? Why did the Germans set up the major concentration camps in Poland? And I would suggest for the same reason that we plant wheat in Kansas. It's fertile ground for growing wheat, and there are certain countries, Poland is one of them, Ukraine is another, Latvia and Lithuania is another, where basically it's fertile ground for anti-Semitism. So because of that, they felt there would be very, very little resistance, which they did, in terms of perpetrating the Shoah. So on a certain level, basically, we say to the Polish government, Polish citizens, you let it happen. You let it happen.
You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen. You let it happen.
Now, were there wonderful Polish people, and I know some of the people, the protesters on the other side, are handing out leaflets to read about those Polish individuals that helped save Jewish lives? 100%. There are trees planted in Israel and Yad Vashem, I think it's 1,600 trees, to memorialize the heroic efforts of these individuals.
It's 6,000, sir. It's 6,000.
6,000 out of a country of 30 million.
The most in all Europe. The most in all Europe.
6,000, perhaps more than other countries, but these were individuals. And the shame is, I don't think, we would hope it wouldn't happen in any other country, but it wasn't the population at large. You read many accounts that even in some of their religious services, they were being inspired to go ahead and attack the Jewish population. The country of Denmark, in contrast, saved all of their Jews. We don't talk about individuals in Denmark, we talk about the country of Denmark. In Poland and some other countries, we talk about the individuals who were heroic. Why were they heroic? Because the average person on the street did not believe in what they wanted to do. The average person on the street actually was involved in perpetrating crimes, actually handing over Jews during the Holocaust to the Nazis as well. Regarding young growth, the Polish government, especially on Holocaust Memorial Day, is trying to silence those dissenters. In fact, there's some representatives here that are trying to silence those dissenters. We want to let you know, we will not be silent.
We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent. We will not be silent.
I know we live, thankfully we live in America and not in Poland right now, because in America we believe in free speech. And the idea that the Polish government wants to bring charges against someone whose views they don't like, even though he is a historian. I got a bunch of emails, people claiming he's not a historian. I don't think that Yale University or Princeton University would let someone teach history if they were not experts in history, so it's a kind of a strange charge to allege he's not a historian. But they're trying to silence him, and we say one thing, we can't force our rules on them. We believe in free speech, obviously the Polish government does not, but basically we say to the government, let his voice be heard.
Let his voice be heard.
Let his voice be heard.
Let his voice be heard. Let his voice be heard. Let his voice be heard. Let his voice be heard.
Sir, do you know that Poland was the only one country where people were killed for helping Jewish people? Do you know that? That a lot of Polish... What does it mean, individuals?
Let his voice be heard.
It was the only...
It's absolutely false.
It was the only one...
There are individuals, again.
What does
There are individuals, as I said, that helped the Jews, but it was not the country in general. In fact, if you ask any Polish Holocaust survivor, my parents, and the people that survived the Holocaust, they talk about Polish anti-Semitism. When I went back to Poland, you could feel the anti-Semitism. Israeli politicians said they drink anti-Semitism in their mother's milk. So are there individuals, good people? Yes. It's a shame that you're not admitting the guilt of the Polish people, that many of them, by and large, I really don't want to discuss with you now, that by and large were perpetrating the crimes of
You didn't even know how many trees is in Yad Vashem, sir. You don't have knowledge to say this. You didn't even know how many trees there are in Yad Vashem.
6,000 trees.
Because I
and how
told
many people lived in Poland?
Because
30
I told
million.
you, sir.
So out of 30 million people, there was a handful of people
Do you
that
know
helped the
how
Jews.
many Polish people died?
Thank you. And how many Polish people killed Jews?
How many?
Many.
How many?
Many, many.
What does it mean many? How many?
Thousands, more than 6,000, more than helped the Jews. That we know. Okay.